the Pledge of Allegiance. Howard, can you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. For the announcements, we got 4 council here tonight. I know they've all have some things they couldn't make it, and I understand the mayor, with the bad weather out tonight, got called out on an emergency furnace problem. So, and I also want to recognize and congratulate Councilman-elect Kevin Ondo is in the audience tonight. Congratulations. We did have a request, and I think he got confused on the date. Let's take the roll call first.
Okay. Councilman Ballas? Councilman Engels?
Here.
Councilman Petrucci? Councilman Stein?
Here.
Councilman Touchant? Councilman Bonadian? President Falls.
Here. Okay. Anybody have any preliminary announcements? Okay, we do have a guy here tonight. He sent a request in. Howard, what's your last name?
Winklebauer.
Winklebauer. Okay.
You're on the schedule for the regular council meeting next week. Did you want to speak tonight too?
I'm just going to let him speak tonight. If we
Okay,
can
that's
hear
fine.
him
I'll take
tonight,
you off
I'd rather
next
have
week.
it
Okay.
done, get it tonight, be one less speaker for
Yeah.
next week. I mean, unless you want to speak next week, Howard.
No, I'm here.
Rather than later.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you speak
I've got
tonight.
your
We'll have you
picture.
speak tonight. I'm sorry I didn't
No,
hear
that's
you
fine.
people today, but I'm actually going to start with you speaking. If you could step up and give your address to the secretary.
Okay, I live at 117 Red Oak Lane in Munhall.
Thank you. You're ready to go?
Okay,
Ready to
yeah,
go?
just
Okay,
show us. You show us and.
what I've been asking of Munhall since the beginning of August is to look at the excessive water leakage on Red Oak Lane. Red Oak Lane is in Woodlawn Estates, as you know. Okay, and as you go up the hill, there's several large water leaks that are continuously coming out of the cracks in the pavement. And it's probably a spring, because we had the water company come and made an inspection, and they said it's not the water line. And I think there's a relatively easy fix to it, because we have drains on both sides of the street within about 20 foot of where the water is coming out. And I've been asking since the 1st of August, either by email or regular mail or hand delivering to the borough secretary my request, but I haven't heard any reply from any representative from Munhall. So I'd like to personally give you people a request, and I've asked that somebody be my ombudsman and try to help me resolve this issue. I only have 4 or 5, so, okay. Anybody else?
The manager, Harvey, and he wanted, okay, Rob, okay.
Okay. So what I'm asking is,
Give that to the gentleman over there, he's finished.
Already solved, I want to look at it.
okay, so what I'm asking is that you people look at the letter that I've written and maybe assign somebody to be the ombudsman to try to have somebody from the borough get back to me. Because I've been trying since August to get a reply from someone, and I haven't had any reply by mail or phone or email, nothing. So that's my request, it's very simple. And I'd like to have this resolved simply because the water's oozing out, and twice now we've had, it's all ice, it's just a complete sheet of ice. And one of these days, somebody's going to have a bad accident there. And what people do nowadays when there's a severe accident is they sue the borough. And then that means the taxpayers would have to foot the bill. And I'd just like to prevent this from happening. So that's my request.
Mr. Reynolds, will you take care?
Yeah, but we'll use up, it's a spring, though,
It's not, I think we were told in August, I went up there, Dicey went up, Bill went up there, more than likely it's underground springs, without digging up the road, and then you're talking about springs, so now you have to get DEP insured, you're going to reroute the spring anywhere, so it's not an easy fix, and it probably would have to be something maybe it might have to be bid out. Without tearing up the road, the same exactly.
There's no way we can discharge it somewhere else until we get it.
First we'd have to dig up the hill or the road to see how many springs are up there. There's actually springs all over Wood Hill. We have the same problem out on Wood Hill. We just paved that road. And if you look in the middle of the road up by, that real short street,
Culvert.
Calvert coming out, like a half a block up, you'll see it's always wet there. It's the same thing. There's a spring.
There's one on Miller Avenue, one on Cambridge.
Yeah. But once you start playing with spring water, that you have to get the DEP involved.
Well, what we'll do, and we apologize, I don't want to put blame on anyone, so I guess I'll take it, for not getting back to you. However, I was up there, Dave was up there, Public Works was up there, and Pennsylvania American Water, Jason Costa, I communicated with him.
Okay.
My fault, it was one of those things, I think we all expected each other to contact you, and no one did, that's my fault. But we will get the engineer, I will get the engineer to, up there to look at it as well. They have some different GIS tracking and different things that they can look at. Maybe we can identify what the problem is and get it solved.
I think it can be identified, that would be definitely
We can get
different than
temporary.
digging up the whole street.
We can get it temporary, until spring or something there.
Yeah, but you start, like I said, it's not like our guys can do it. You're gonna get, like Boomer said, you're gonna get involved with the DEP. Then, now we're gonna dig the whole street up. That whole place up there, not just yours, that whole place there, plus St. Teresa's, that was all strip mines years ago. And there's all kind of springs up there. I'm just using, I don't know how they do it, how they reroute it.
Well, let's do what Jim
Captain
said.
told me, he grew up on Bellwood, and apparently before your homes were built up there, that was where all the kids played, and there was always a natural spring, there was like a pond there. So, and then we had to do that, Frank Milka, remember all the
Right,
water, we had to
right.
redirect it there. That whole hillside is like that, from the backside of the Queen.
Why don't you just get Colin involved?
Yeah,
Let him,
let the
let
engineer.
the engineer have to look at it, Howard, and, sorry that no one's got back to you.
Yeah.
Somebody will get back to you after the engineer takes a look at it, gives it some type of assessment,
We'll
if
get
he
you
has
some
to
kind
finish or
of.
what he can
Okay,
do.
good. But I feel reassured at least that you people have actually
No,
looked
we
at
all
it.
looked at it.
That I
We all
didn't
know
know.
what it is. Yeah.
Good. Okay, as long as somebody looks into it a little further detail, then I'd be very pleased. Thank you.
Yeah. Just follow up with me if you have any, if you have any questions, I'll.
Okay,
The people gotta remember, once that borough looks at it, after 18,000,
19.6.
Yeah, it
you
has
have
to be bid out.
So then you have to say, hey, how much is this gonna cost? Without digging it up, it's kind of hard to say, here goes what we can do, what we can't do. And it wasn't a budget item for this year either. So maybe we could maybe,
That's like a good Shimon company.
yeah.
if I may add, if you look at the photographs, you'll see that there's two drains right along the side of the road.
And that's probably why they come there, because they knew, when that was built up there, you may have that problem.
Okay, good, thank you.
Thank you, Al. Okay, council items, Joe?
Metcalf vacant property recovery program, there's 2 lots next to the Metcalf house that are vacant. They applied to the county to take over those properties. The next step with that is Dave goes out, looks at them to make sure that nothing is out of code, and then we sign a resolution and send it to the county for them to be able to take over these 2 properties.
Your properties are where, Joe?
Mary Street.
Both of them are.
Yeah, but they're right next to each other. You wouldn't even think it's one. These are good things, because now this individual, who has been taking care of them anyways, will be responsible instead of the borough.
Where's the Metcalf house?
It's more, frankly, more like.
Mary's been done by
Yeah.
Redwood Street.
Yeah,
You know where the
it's-
number 3 fire used to be?
It's
That's
next-
Charles and Mary's right there.
It's next to the parcel of 181B031.
Why didn't you just say that?
Because I didn't know if you wanted that or if you want 81B028.
That's good.
All right, towing bids, we advertised, they came in, we opened them, and next week, council will make a decision on the towing. Ordinance 1598, establishing requirements for registration of mortgage, foreclosure, vacant and rental properties, establishing maintenance requirements and penalties for violation. We talked about this a couple months ago, where a company will take care of all these things that I just said, and they take a percentage of it. Right now, that's just another way to increase, take care of some of our foreclosures. A lot of times, if somebody will foreclose on a house, the bank doesn't change anything of where the documentation is, it just says the same owner. And we know that they foreclosed on it, so this company will help us manage some of that stuff. And then the pro champ agreement is just the agreement we'll vote on. It's in your packets. So if you have any more questions on that, let me know before next Wednesday. And we'll vote on that. Ordinance 1599, anytime you do a bond issue, you have to have a the way the bond is working is 20% of that is looking to be non-tax, or to be taxable. So if somebody wants to rent that and they're a tax entity, we would be able to rent it to them. So therefore, we have to have a open hearing for that, and that will be next Wednesday as well, and to approve and to pass the ordinance. And then the only other thing that I want to bring up is, years ago, the way the process was, the only other thing I should say on the agenda is, gas companies in the past had valves underground, and during the different seasons, they would turn the valves on in the winter and lower them in the summer because more gas is used in the winter than the summer. That technology is no longer in effect. Therefore, they want to take out the gas company, people want to take out the valves out of the ground, the below ground, and behind Troutman Field, on the other side of the fence, between the fence and the neighbor's house, we own that property, they want a 20 by 20 easement to be able to go and do what they want. What do they want to do? I emailed her when she sent me all this back, and she didn't get back to me on exactly what they want to do there. Do they just want to put something underground, and they just want to be able to go into that ground if they have issues? That's what it sounded like, but I didn't have anything in detail, so I asked for that. And they want to pay us nominal $3,000. Talking to Dave and talking to Solicitor Bashevich, sounds a little low. Maybe you want to ask for more. So whatever. I will find out what that is, and I'll get it to you. All kind of told before. As soon as I get it, you'll get it to be able to see exactly what they want to put on there.
I have a question about the town.
Yes?
So, do we currently use more than one company now?
Yes.
Okay. After we act on this next week, are we limited to only one company, or can we continue to use more than one company?
We can do whatever you tell us to do.
Okay. So, there's an option that effectively nothing changes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We pretty much use one company now, though.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
We used to have a majority one to use, and then we had a second.
We always do the second for a backup in case the
I mean,
company
that's
calls.
essentially
down on the
in
call.
place, but probably that second one probably never gets a call.
I understand that.
Okay. So, all right. I just want to understand the lay of the land now and what potential impact will come after next week.
Pat and I also talked about potentially have a rotating system. Can we do that with the county to say, okay,
Do whatever you want. West
Yeah.
Mifflin's done that forever. They had Crossroads one month, they had
Right.
S&S the next month, and they each had 6 months out of the year, they just one.
Right.
you know,
Right, I do remember that.
They've done that.
Corniak and Rusty Stiller used to split it.
Right.
well, that would make more sense to do it every other month versus every other call.
Six, right.
Yeah.
Every other call was very confusing.
County's gonna make the call anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
You know, the officer gets on the radio, just send me a hook. You know, as long as that hook gets there in a timely fashion. The people we had before we had Mac also bid this time, and our guys would typically wait 45 minutes to an hour for a tow. That's unacceptable, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys on the street though.
You have no problem with the way they're running now.
No, Mac's very good. I have no problem with him, I have no problem with Bob. I think that, one of the other bidders we had before, we waited a lot. We waited an hour, 45 minutes to an hour per time.
And we call, we call all black if it's, they think it might be seasoned or driving on it or whatever, right?
Jamie will sometimes,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, we, how we did it like years ago, before Mac on it, Hogline did all our abandons at a time when no one would take our abandons because the scrap metal price was zilch. He took probably 200 cars out of this time for us. And then we awarded the contract to Mac. The prices went up, and Hogline got nothing. And the scrap prices went up, and everybody wanted it back. So,
You still cover all black for abandons too, right?
You've had Max since you've been a police officer?
no, we've had Mac about 8 years, 9 years,
I think we
maybe.
More than
brought
that, yeah.
Mac in about,
Maybe 12 years.
I think longer, I think we brought Mac in about '06, I think it was one of my
Yeah.
first
It
votes
was,
as a councilman,
Furman.
actually. Yeah, it was Gary Furman was in
Furman, but the last 5 years Furman had it, he didn't use it, he didn't do it. He had Cullen do it.
You don't want,
Huh?
that's the one for this.
Yeah, and Gary moved to wherever he lives.
Speed Bridge or something now, right?
And he just basically contracted out Cullen.
Okay. It was about '06 Max or something, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else?
Good.
Motion to
Anything
adjourn.
else from council? No?
I just left the meeting on Homestead a little bit ago for the Christmas parade. And then he asked me to remind everybody to please attend the Christmas parade.
That's December 7th. December 7th,
So,
and noon.
Speaking of that,
That's cool, that's cool. I like
I
it.
saw a sign for that, I'd not seen before, granted, maybe I just wasn't.
Just don't be on the high level bridge.
They do raise bridge.
I just handed Becky, just hung 2 signs in the borough office.
No, but coming up Round Hill, right as you get on the bridge, there's a big metal sign there warning you. I'd never seen that before.
I don't recall until this year ever seen
Yeah.
it before.
Okay. That was interesting. Warning you, like, when you cross this bridge, you're ducking down into the water.
If you're coming over on
Yeah.
December 6th, right? Think about turning it around.
They have 110 units signed up right now.
That's a big parade, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a motion on the floor?
I think Jason made the
Yes,
motion.
Yep.
Second.
Second, all in favor, somebody saying aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Hey.
Yeah, it's okay, now you must take